Hey guys, what's up? Alright, welcome back to a brand new episode of Give Since 92, giving you guys the latest and exclusive content on new music, entertainment news, and and inspirational quotes. My me, the Queen, is back as always. So this video is going to be my honest opinions, and I will really say how I feel and speak how I feel about things that when it comes to music and like our high expectations of artists and certain artists in particular. And like I said, I just feel like at the end of the day, you have the right to support whoever you want to support. I just feel like some things are OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, and it's almost like it's so much of a high demand for like artists to really live up to these expectations of sustaining longevity in the music business, sustaining their music careers and making sure that they connect with their fans and stay consistent. Here's the thing. I feel like it's cool to just to interact with your favorite artist, your fave. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like as a fan, you watch my other fan videos, like my thoughts on like how fans, they overdo it, and some of them are toxic, and it seems like they don't have lives of their own. It seems like they don't really understand the foundation of like boundaries when it comes to like certain artists, and like okay, it's cool to be a fan. Hell, I support my favorite artists through thick and thin, but I have my own life. I can't be demanding them to get on social media 24/7. It's not going to happen. Now, it's up to them how they choose to interact with their fans, because every artist is different. Not all artists have the same mentality. Not all artists have the same like, oh, I'm going to but okay, this is how I want to interact with my fans. This is how I want to be able to connect with my fans. This is how I'm going to make sure that, okay, my fans know what I'm doing, what's up with me, how my day is, okay, how is this music coming along. That's all fine. But there's some things that I don't like and I will not tolerate, and I don't like it. There's one thing that fans, how they feel frustrated with their faves, lack of consistency. They don't like what they're seeing in terms of like, their favorite artist not putting an album out. And I understand in today's new generation, it's like everything has to be quick. But I feel like we need to get back to the days where, we gotta appreciate what we have now. Because I'm getting older. I don't think the same when I was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Those years are long gone. I'm 27 years old. I'm going to be pushing 30 soon. I'm 27. But I got a couple more years until I hit 30. Like I said, and I feel like even listening to people's constructive criticism when it comes to like supporting their faves, and I understand, I have a lot of respect for fans who have their opinions and they're honest. They don't sugarcoat things, and that's cool. That's what you're supposed to do. But you also need to you got to set a boundary. Because if you say that you're not satisfied with what's going on, I understand. Because if we don't like something, we will say it. We will speak on it. We will say, okay, I don't like this. I don't like what's going on. But it's really crazy because we set these high expectations for these artists to really be like pretty much like the next superstars. And I be going into the stores, I be going to like the magazine section cover, right? I be seeing like different like artists, you know, getting opportunities, you know, they are promoting themselves, their team and management are promoting them, but I also have like that natural instinct to be like, it is a double-edged sword, because it's kind of like we never know what's going to happen. And for me to look at and listen to the stories of artists that have struggled in their music career, because there have been plenty of artists who have had ups and downs in their music careers. It has happened, guys. That's just the reality. But the thing is, if you're the kind of fan that have this entitlement and you nitpick on every little thing, and it's not like okay, these people are not doing the work. It's not like they don't know you guys exist. It's not like they don't know we don't exist, but they have their own lives too. And we can't get into this like, you know, it's good to be in this fandom, and it's good to have this like, oh, like they're considered like my family, and you know, it's nothing wrong with that, but we don't know these people. But at the same time, we don't have to know these people, but we still do have a connection with them. Some way, some shape, some form, we do have a connection with them. Just like my favorite artists, I don't know them. I have never met them personally. I have seen them in concerts, but I have never met them in person. I've never had a conversation with them, because I feel like it just never happened. Does that make me less of a fan or a human being because I've never interacted with them one-on-one? No. But those who have like the meet and greets, that's what's up. I have so much support and love, and that's amazing to get to support somebody that you grew up with their music, and you get to meet them, and you get to interact with them. That's one like those moments that you will cherish forever. But I have to say this: an artist that I'm concerned in particular, because it's kind of like this. I'll use her as a perfect example. No, this is not a bash video. No, this is not anything to disrespect my faith. I respect her, period. Okay? I want her to do well, period. I want her to be creative, period. I want her to have a successful music career, period. So, like I said, I'll be prepared, because some people, they like to hear what they want to hear, and they like to pull a rabbit out their behind. But what I'm saying is that things that have been going on in her music career, things that have been said, and listen, I am open to people's different opinions of like, you know, where she is in her music career. But I feel like with this artist, I'm like, okay, people want to see her win, then people need to let her do what she got to do, get herself together, get her team management together. And I know, like I said, I have spoken out about what's been going on, but I'm gonna get into a little bit deeper, because I feel like it's like, I don't want this to be this like, oh, like if this artist, I'll tell you what, because I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I love this artist so much, I'm inspired by her so much. My thing is, we as fans need to do better when it comes to setting boundaries with our favorite artists. I know it's a new generation, people love social media, I understand that, and social media is a way for fans to interact with their favorite artists. I get it, but it's like, it's almost like how much do they need to be on social media to interact with the fans? Now I understand it's like a time and a place for everything, so they need to have like a time span and a gap, and they need to be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do a live stream, I'll talk about what's going on with the music, the process. Okay, hey, you know, the music is on the way. Alright, hey, you know, I'm in the works of doing this album. Okay, I hear y'all, I see what y'all, I see your opinions, I see your, you know, frustration. I understand your concerns. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. I tell you what, I'm gonna be respectful and kind, and this is gonna be a professional video. This is not gonna be this video that like, cause I just don't, like I said, so much has been said and so much has been going on. I would rather like let people do what they need to do in order to, you know, get things in order. I'll leave it at that. But like I said, I feel like for fans to have these unrealistic high expectations of these artists, like whether it's their image, whether how they look, their music, their, you know, how they are. And I'm gonna tell you something, you know, we gotta be careful, because like I said, we don't know what the hell goes on behind the scenes. And I've been pretty much like a music critic for a while, and I have watched, like, you know, like I said, I grew up with pop culture. I grew up with like pop music, R&B music, hip hop music, country music. Like, I have seen and witnessed from my time, my generation, of like the hottest superstars that changed the game in music. So I am a millennial, but I feel like it's really sad because I feel like people are not really enthusiastic with the music. People say they are like really excited with like the music, but it's like I don't really see like the big movement. I don't really see like artists. I mean, not art. I'm sorry, not artists. Like fans. Like when I was coming up, we had like 1/6 Park, TRL, Rap City, Spring Bling, those music platforms, Soul Train. We had like those music platforms to help these artists thrive, to promote these artists. I feel like they need to come back, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. I know it's a new age in social media, but it's just not enough. It's really not enough. Sorry, not sorry. It's not. I mean, hell, an artist can have how many followers, right? And some people would expect like, oh, well, they got all these followers. You know, they got all these like social media followers, Instagram followers, like Twitter followers, right? So most like 9 times out of 10, people will be buying, supporting their album. They will be buying their music, right? But see, that's what I'm saying. It's like sometimes it may not. That's not the case, because I just feel like also there's so much toxicity on social media. It's unnecessary. And really, like I said, listen, you know, you can have your opinions. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's like the way how people are going on about certain things. That's why I don't really talk much on social media. I hardly ever get on. I mean, I do get on there, but I don't. What I mean by in specific, I don't even type anything. I haven't typed anything pretty much for a while, because I'm like, you know what? What's the point? It's just the same broken record. It's the same thing. It's like, yeah, okay, you want this artist to win. You want certain artists. You want artists to win. Because I'm not gonna say about like just one artist. Like, you want these artists to win. You want these artists to like do well. But you also gotta put in the work as a fan. But you also gotta keep in mind, these people have their own lives as well. You can't be just looking through social media, looking at them, living through vicariously through them, because when you do that, it's like, in a way, it's really bad and it's creepy, you know. And it's kind of like, also, it's kind of like when some fans say, well, I don't really know who that person is. And I'm like, okay, I understand to that degree, but you should know through their music. Like, why are you waiting for somebody else's validation to validate how you feel? I feel like that's how some fans are. It's almost like they want other people to validate because they see what they see. Just because they see somebody with so much potential and talent, they want everybody else to see it. But unfortunately, everybody's not going to see it, and that's just how it is. You can't please everybody. But you can stay positive, support the favorite artist. Don't ever stop supporting the favorite artist. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've been there. I've been there. I did not care if I would be the only fan. If I was the only fan to be a fan of that artist, so be it. I will always look forward to buying a CD. So be it. I didn't care. And that's what fans should have. This mentality should have a backbone. Stop being wimps. Not to put y'all down, but just to encourage y'all. To motivate, just have that faith. You gotta have, like, you just cannot allow negativity to, like, get the best of you. You really can't. Because what's gonna happen is that negativity can sink in. Despite someone else's opinion can be negative of that, you know, of your favorite artist. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine. Just because someone else's opinion, negative opinion of your favorite artist, it's like that's their opinion. That's fine. But as long as you support your favorite artist, that's all that matters. That's why I feel like it's some, you know, it's like, because I understand in today's, right now, social media is a huge vehicle to, like, support these artists and stay consistent. And these artists should do the same thing. And their teams and management, they should stay consistent. And they need to really, like, find a way and be strategic to promote their music. I'm not saying doing any old thing. I'm talking about just make good decisions. Because they can't do any old thing. And especially when fans demand to have music, which I understand. And it is frustrating at times, it is. Because it's almost like 1 or 2 singles isn't going to be enough for people to know an artist. 1 or 2 singles isn't going to be enough to, like, 1 or 2 singles is not going to be enough to make people know, oh, so-and-so got an album coming out. Oh, so-and-so, you know, new album's on the way. But that's why I feel like the artist should, like I said, give fans more of, like, a social media presence. So that the fans know, okay, cool. You know, my favorite artist is working on, you know, new music and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like, at the same time, it's really sad and draining. Don't you think? Because I don't like what I'm seeing, especially, like, these toxic fans. And I really think that really it's just, it's almost like, you know, nobody's making you support these people. If you're not satisfied, okay, cool. But listen, I really have had my share of, like, supporting my favorite artists when they went through it, period. You know. And sometimes we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and people go through things, and people are human beings. So we shouldn't be looking at these people as robots. We shouldn't be looking at these people as, like, okay, they're human beings like everyone else. They're not perfect. Just like I'm not perfect. Just like my followers, my subscribers, y'all are not perfect. But I see through some bullshit. Be prepared. Super Saiyan is turning up. Because I'm like, you never know what's going to happen. And hell, what if your favorite artist is doing everything they can? And if you feel like you don't see the results, or you're not satisfied with the results, and you be like, well, I'm not going to support this person anymore, that's fine. But don't use that as, because I see through bullshit, okay? Because it's like, don't support that person no more. And that's it. And go about your day, and that's it. Don't do this, because it is a way of being a narcissist. Yes, it is, because it's like, You're trying to manipulate the situation. Like, okay, I understand we don't know what's going on 24/7, but you should have like, okay, you should be like, you know what? I don't like what I don't like it. I don't like it. But you know what? I'll see what happens. I'll hold on a little bit longer. That's all. All this extra, like, and really it makes it very difficult sometimes for these artists to even have that ability to connect with their fans. See, it's a two-way street. Okay? It ain't just, oh, this artist, you gotta do everything. It's not like, okay, you better do everything, da da da. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's gonna hurt some fans' feelings, but I don't give a. I'm trying to be ladylike. Okay, I don't care if you do not do your part as a fan. You don't buy the music. That's on you. Okay. Carry on. Reference to Beyonce. Because it's like you don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and I know that some artists, it takes a while for them to get into their sound, to develop their own artistry, and they're just starting out. It has happened to every generation of artists. It has happened to like artists that came in the game and in a new era of music from each generation. It has happened plenty of times. And listen, some of them had came with hardships. They didn't have a lot of connections. They didn't have the same resources. You don't know someone's story. So don't call yourself trying to write somebody out because you feel like, oh, they ain't what you want them to be. You don't know what a person has went through in order to get to where they are. Success is a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. But I tell you what, even the phase that I grew up with that came up and they slayed and changed the game, everything wasn't all peaches and cream. Everything wasn't like handed to them. That's why I feel like some of these fans feel so entitled. It's almost like, what do you expect for these people to do? So you just want them to just go along with anything? Especially be something that can affect their music career. Especially if they know what's going on behind the scenes. They be like, okay, you know what? Let me do this. Let me take this route. That's a good decision. But I'll tell y'all something. I just feel like it's just, I wouldn't say that it's simple, but it's pretty much common sense. But at the same time, it's real life, because I have like watched interviews of artists that they had to fight their career. They had to really get their music careers back on track, period. They had to fight. They had to, like start all over, revamp, because they were mistreated. They didn't get the right promotion. They did not get the right support. People backstabbed them. People, did them wrong and dirty, and they had to fight for their life. So this is not a game out here. This is not a joke. So for some of y'all fans that think it's all fun and games, no, it's not. It's not. I just be sitting here, like, even on social media, when I see the same toxic fans, I'm like, because it's like, I think that what needs to happen, because I know certain artists, their personalities, I know like some of them are introverts and some of them are extroverts, but they know they have a passion to do what they love to do. It's just that they gotta make sure that their team is together. They have the right team. They have the right networking. They have the right promotion, marketing, and it's like, it's just, people say that they're excited for music, but I'll tell you what, and that goes with me too. I'm not the only one, because I know I done saved up and sacrificed everything to buy an album, you know, and I know, like I said, I know albums are not even selling as much nowadays either. It's almost like now it's like the streaming now. But I just feel like listening to people's opinions and their perspectives. I respect your opinions, I respect your perspectives, but at the same time, it's like some things I don't agree with, and some things I see through as bullshit. So it's kind of like I understand where you're coming from. I understand where people are coming from. Like, yeah, we need more music, we need more content. That's understandable. But some artists, when it comes to like the craft and to create music that represents them, represents their artistry, it's going to take a little bit longer, because this, like, it's kind of like the music needs to be really good. The music needs to really be on like quality. We want quality. We don't want quantity. Well, I don't want quantity. I want quality. I'm going to speak for me. So I'm speaking for myself. I can't speak for others, because like I said, I do think that fans, only they can speak for themselves. So I got to speak for me. But I think that really when it comes to like, you know, because it's like really, it's frustrating, because I've been there before, okay? I've been there where I supported my favorite artists and things didn't go right. And I would be wondering why. I'd be like, wait a minute, what's going on? Why they aren't booking stages? Why aren't like their singles doing well? And I'm telling y'all, unfortunately, some of my favorite artists had really went through hell fighting for their art and trying to make a name for themselves in music. And they had label issues, you know, had label troubles, and they had to get out their contracts. They had to start their career all over from square one. They had to revamp, and it's okay. Because my thing is, I would rather want these artists to develop their own sound and become businessmen and businesswomen and know the business and learn the business. And that's very important, because there have been plenty of stories where artists got taken advantage of. There have been plenty of stories where artists were pretty much like they didn't get the money that they were supposed to get, like from tour, from album sales. And it's true. I've heard stories where artists, they looked at that check, they were looking for that nice big fat check, and they looked at the check and they was like, wait a minute, I thought I was supposed to get this much amount of money. It's true. It's not a game. It's no joke, guys. And I just don't really feel like, you know, even for people to just, it's kind of like you want these people to win, but you got to also keep in mind too that you got to allow them to give them the chance to like figure things out. Now, one thing for sure I do agree, team and management. Now, team and management, they need to step it up, because it's like there are opportunities that are being missed. There are opportunities that are being, you know, like I said, you got to keep the ball going. You got to strike while the iron is hot, or else you'll lose momentum. And it happens. It's even happening with some artists, you know. And I feel frustrated because the team and management, they need to do a better job. See, I almost slipped out a cuss word. I told y'all. Y'all should know me by now, because I do curse a little bit. But I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying not to curse. I'm trying not to curse to get my points across, because I feel like, I mean, it's like that side of me comes out. I'm like, okay. But yeah, and it's like I want these artists to be successful because I know. I know how it is. I really do. I don't feel like, and even for me, I just feel like I'm just ready for new music. So whenever it drops, it's gonna drop, and I will promote it. So I will still keep doing what I'm doing because I like to, like I said, when it comes to like music, it's like I love it, and I feel that we're just gonna see what's gonna happen. Really, it has gotten to like we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I think people have said what they had to say already, and I've even watched some people's videos about their own opinions and their own perspectives. And like I said, it is what it is. I just feel like we shouldn't get to the point. We shouldn't get to like this like thing where it's like. Let me stop saying like. Say it too damn much. What I'm saying is we should not get to a place of this pestering and this extra demanding. Because we have the right to look forward to getting new music. We have the right to be excited. We have the right for our concerns, but we also have to know when to fall back. We really do. Because it's like, see, I'm saying like again. It's just, I really want for people to enjoy the music. And I want the fans to enjoy these artists and appreciate these artists while they're here. Appreciate them. Be a fan. And if you don't want to support them no more, be my guest. It's not going to hurt me. It's not going to hurt my feelings. It never have. It never did. But me being a fan, I know how things are. I know how the game goes. I had to really, there were times where I reflect back being a fan of like my favorite artists, and I used to feel concerned for them, and I was just I wanted new music. I was tired. I was frustrated. I was very, my patience was running thin, and I know how that feels. I know the feeling, but at the same time I had faith, because knowing what goes on behind the scenes and even other people's experiences, other artists' experiences, is just, a matter of time to see how things play out. It's really how things play out. And when you see how things play out, that's when you know, oh, okay. So this is the reason why we got delayed from the album, and even with today's generation of artists, I suggest, my advice is, never give up. You will and you can. You will and you can be successful. You can thrive. You can have longevity. And you don't have to go by the rules. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying just doing any old thing, because even the way how it's set up for artists to promote their music, I think social media plays a great part in artists, promoting their music. But artists that they don't like getting on social media as much because they want to focus on making the album, creating the music, get into the zone, because I'm an artist myself. When I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone. I don't need any distractions. I'm focused on my work. I'm focused on creating my art. I'm focused on, putting in that work and bringing out the best quality of work that I can do. And I don't think it's necessarily about, just because they're now on social media 24/7, they don't care, they don't want enough. No. Fans gotta understand these people are human beings. And I understand, some fans feel like these favorite artists and them are like, they consider them as family. It's nothing wrong with that. But you gotta live outside of that. You gotta have like you gotta have your life. You gotta have some productivity. You gotta have like some, it's just too much. It's too much. It's like, it's just too much of that. High, unrealistic expectations. And I just I don't want none of these fans to be discouraged. No, keep being a fan. That goes for me too, but there are other ways to handle things. You don't have to go about things in a malice way, in a hurtful way. You don't have to do that to get your point across. Now for some of these toxic, ignorant, ugly fans, that's another thing. That's another thing. I don't care what nobody says. If you are so consume, messing up my words. If you're that, consumed with whether or not these people be successful or not, the thing you need to do is sit back and just don't be a fan no more. I said what I said. Citation Nene Leaks. Don't be a fan no more. Because it's going to also, and it also causes tensions for the other fans that actually do support. And that's what I'm saying. It is a two-way street, because the other fans the fans that do support, the fans that put in the work to buy the music, and the fans that really, 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 really do buy the music, okay, we make a difference. Because despite what goes on behind the scenes, at the end of the day, we're going to have to buy the music. But I just never really thought like being a fan, and to me, I think being a fan is just, the basics. Support, buy the music, go to the concerts, and that's it. Social media is cool, but this extra stuff, this excessive and, this unrealistic high demand, and, it's just it's not good. It's problematic. Not only will that affect the fans and the fan base, it will affect the artists as well, because if an artist if they have like toxic fans within the fan base, it's like that's going to cause a rift and a shift in how, like people look at them, people view them. And some of these fans, it's like, really, I don't care for ignorant fans. And even the ones who are ignorant, I don't care for them. I really don't. Because I just think that, at the end of the day, these people are going to do what they're going to do. And regardless whether you, support them or not, it's just going to be like, okay. But that's all I want to say. I think I got everything out that I want to say, so I'll just say this. You know, I don't think we shouldn't have like unrealistic high expectations for these artists, because you never know what's going to happen. All we can do is stay positive and support and wish them success. With that being said, that's all I have to say. But stay tuned on next episode of Get Cincinnati 2. Please, guys, tell me your thoughts. Tell me your opinions. Share with me. Let's have a conversation. Please like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Please do not be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Please do not be afraid to hit this notification button. As always, y'all, stay tuned on next episode of Get Cincinnati 2, Dragon Ball Z narrator reference. Peace. Bye-bye. And your girls exiting out. The Super Saiyan is out.